UFC 246. Let's get into this then. So it's a decent card, to be honest. It's all right, I guess. Like a lot of the big McGregor shows usually have, UFC 229 was stacked, 205 was stacked. 202 was alright. Didn't really seem that like there was much going on there. 194 was fairly stacked, and 189 was, stacked to the brim. That was bloody like, oof, mad, absolutely class. So yeah, anyway, first fight I'll be predicting is Andre Philly versus Sadiq Yusuf. So yeah, probably will be a really fun, exciting fight. Sadiq Yusuf is on 4-fight win streak, I'm pretty sure, in the UFC. So yeah. But Andre Philly, I know that Sadiq's quite well, not like flashy, but like he's got really good striking. But at the end of the day, Andre Philly, he's got the experience. He's fought so many people. He got a KO in his last fight. He beat Miles Jury. He made him look a bit of a fool. And had a really, really close fight with Mike Johnson, to be honest. It seemed like a bit tit for tat in that one, but they gave it to Michael Johnson. Close fight with Bermudez and just mugged off Artem Lobov. So. And he did get knocked out by Rodriguez and fought Calvin Qatar as well. So he's fought so many different people, so many different styles. He even fought Max Holloway. He's just got a feel of all these really, really good fighters. So I just think he's going to beat Sadiq Yusuf. But I wouldn't be surprised if Yusuf did beat him because the striking, he's so good in the striking department and he's got all the momentum behind him. But yeah, I think Andre Philly will get probably a third round TKO. That's what I'm going to go for. Yep, next fight I'll be predicting will be Anthony Pettis versus Diego Ferreira. So yeah, he's quite good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's won bronze and silver and bronze in the the Nogi and the Pan America Championship. So he's done quite well in those departments, really. You know, but he usually tends to just like he doesn't really submit many people nowadays. He's usually just either knocking them out or just grinding them out for the decision. But still, he seems all right. He hasn't really fought any really big people. Well, he hasn't beat any big people. He has fought a couple of big people like Benil Dariush and Dustin Poirier. I did watch Poirier fight, and he sort of just stood with Poirier. He was just like trying to really stand with him and fight him, but you don't do that against someone as good as Poirier. Poirier just knocked him out. And I haven't watched the Benil Dariush fight. Dariush, I can't bloody say his name, but yeah, I haven't watched that fight. But if he went the distance with him, he's got to be all right, hasn't he? So yeah, but Pettis, I know Pettis has got wrecked a few times recently. Like his bloody knockout of Thompson was insane. I know Stephen Thompson's there to be hit, and it sort of looked like a bit of a freak accident. But he threw a big, massive punch, sort of bounced off the cage, just knocked out Thompson cold. No one's ever done that before, especially considering Thompson was probably weighed 15 pounds more than him on the night. So fair play to him there. But yeah, Pettis, I know he got mugged off by Diaz, got not battered, but like he got hit quite a bit. Just the volume of Diaz. And he did nearly finish Tony Ferguson, so he has got that finishing potential. And obviously he beat Chiesa in his comeback, didn't he? So got him with a cheeky triangle. But I think Pettis has got this. I think it'll be some wild, mad KO. It'll just knock Herrera out cold. So yeah, should be a fun fight. Ferrera likes to stand. Pettis likes to stand. Should be a load of fun to watch. Yeah. So next fight is Raquel Pennington versus Holly Holm. This was meant to happen at UFC 243, and I said on that video that those predictions what I thought would happen, but I'll just go over it again. So Holm's really good at striking, but she's getting old. She's getting on. She's like what 37 now. But she's pretty sick. Raquel, though, she went like 5 rounds with Nunes. I know she got TKO'd in the end, and she had Nunes in side control as well. She was doing decent against her. And Nunes is just a beast, so to get her in side control is like pretty boss, really. But Holm, she's just passed it, you know. There's not much else I can say. I went into mad detail on the other predictions, the UFC 243. I've just already talked about this fight, but it got cancelled. So you know, my prediction last time was Raquel Pennington. I think this time she'll be better prepared. She's improved since they first fought. Holly Holm, she's, you know, she hasn't improved at all. She's gone backwards. I think she's just too old for this now. I think Pennington's got this in the bag. I reckon she'll submit her, you know, or win a decision. I just think she'll do really, really well. So now we're on to the main event, McGregor versus Cowboy. A part of me is really hyped for it, you know, because this is another fight where they both like to stand. I know Cowboy does have really good submission grappling, and he does have decent wrestling too, you know. So I am sort of hyped for this. But at the same time, you know, Cowboy's taken so many beatings. The Ferguson fight, that fight was like, you know, even though Ferguson won the first round, Cowboy was having some good exchange. But then the second one, Cowboy was just, you know, just got absolutely wrecked, and then he blew his nose, and you know the rest is history. Is you know, his eyes swelled up, and that was that really. And that stopped the fight, which I don't blame him. You know, you don't blow your nose, do you, when you've got a bit of a black eye? So yeah, that's that, isn't it? But McGregor, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's going to do crap, he's going to do crap, he's going to do crap. But you got to remember, against Khabib, he had some alright exchanges. It wasn't like he just got wrecked straight away. I know he got hit with that big overhand right, but still, you know, and he did his best. He stayed in the fight for 4 rounds with Khabib, you know, and he won one of the rounds. It's not like McGregor's pathetic or he's given up or he's not putting the work in. I feel like, obviously, McGregor from 2016 would have stood a way better chance against Khabib because, you know, at the same time, having all that money put on you after that Mayweather fight, you know, it's got to be harder for him to get motivated. And the thing is, he hasn't been working on improving himself since the Mayweather fight. He just took a massive, massive, massive break, didn't he? And then around the time the Khabib fight was announced, then he got back in the gym and was working hard on his wrestling and all that shit and getting his striking back to normal, you know. But that McGregor in that fight wasn't the McGregor of old, but it wasn't a bad version of McGregor. It was okay. If that version shows up against Cowboy, I think, you know, McGregor will do quite well. I'm sort of glad it's not at one. I mean, I'm sort of glad it's at 170, you know, because they won't have to water cut and yeah, just good, isn't it? Really, you know, they can lose the weight naturally, and it's all right. I know this counts for 155. You know, this will count for the 155 title. So if Cowboy knocks him out, he'll be next in line to fight Khabib or Ferguson, whoever wins that fight, which is weird because Cowboy lost to Ferguson and he got knocked out by Gaethje. You'd think that they'd make Gaethje fight McGregor instead because Gaethje's got barely any damage in his last few fights against Vic, Barboza and Cowboy. Gaethje barely got damage. So you think they put him against McGregor, but obviously they want McGregor to win. It's all smoke and mirrors for the UFC, isn't it? They want McGregor to win, and they want a Khabib versus Ferguson. Whatever happens in that, they want Khabib or Ferguson to fight McGregor, because even if McGregor loses, it'll still bring in loads and loads of money for the UFC. That's all they're bothered about, really. So they think, yeah, Cowboy's going to be an easy fight for McGregor. I don't necessarily. I know they'll both stand with each other, so in theory, it will be quite easy for McGregor, but Cowboy is still quite good. He's still on points. I know he's 36, but you know, he's still very, very good. So, yeah, you know, I feel like McGregor will definitely get the job done within 2 rounds. You know, I feel like he'll be better this time. I know his last fight at welterweight, he beat Diaz over 5 rounds and he was winning quite a few exchanges and he fought smart in that one. In the first one, he was just throwing hands, massive, you know, massive, massive bombs, thinking he was indestructible. But he just isn't. But this time, you know, he'll fight it smart, but I think he'll be able to knock out Cowboy within 2 rounds. Just knocks him out cold. Cowboy's had too many battles, and I think McGregor will get this one done. I wouldn't be surprised if Cowboy had kicked him or did something insane or, you know, wrestled him and then tapped him out or something. But I think McGregor will get this one done, to be honest. I think McGregor will win. So, yeah, those are my predictions. Just a really, really quick cheeky recap of 246. So, yeah, Pierre Yon versus Uriah Faber. Kind of gutted, really, that happened. You know, it was a bit of a shame, really. Faber's too old, and I know some of the fight was going alright, and he had a few exchanges, but Pierre Yon was controlling the whole fight, and then I swear he dropped him like 3 times, and then just battered him. Then the last one was just like a head kick that skimmed Faber a bit, but it knocked him out cold. Aldo versus Moraes, yeah, that was a good fight, you know. Aldo really defended himself well. The switch kick in the beginning was absolutely insane, and Aldo just defended himself well. Aldo was landing some good jabs, but Moraes was landing a few good things. There was barely any clinching or grappling. I know at the end of the first round, Moraes took him down. And that was it, really. The rest of it was jabs, you know, and kicks. Well, Aldo barely threw any leg kicks. I think he threw a lot one leg kick or something. But yeah, Aldo looked great at 135. Aldo was controlling where the fight went and was. I know Moraes landed a tiny bit more, but Aldo was controlling everything. It seemed like Aldo's shots were doing a bit more damage, you know. So I would have given it to Aldo, but the judges gave it to Moraes, and there you go. Even though the UFC want to make Aldo versus Cejudo, so that's quite funny. Not much rather see that because we've already seen Moraes versus Cejudo, and to be honest, that decision was just Aldo won, you know, in my opinion, but the judges gave it to Moraes. So there you go. Then Nunes versus Durandamy. Yeah, Durandamy did all right, you know, landed a big knee, landed a kick, I think, head kick, but Nunes just grappled her for the rest of the fight and, you know, made her look daft. Didn't she? Nunes nearly get caught in a submission, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember, but yeah, decent fight. Nunes just proves that she's the GOAT, so that's that. Volkanovski versus Holloway. Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? You know, I just thought Volkanovski, man, he's smart. He'll get this done, and he got it done. Yeah, leg kicked Holloway loads, managed to land it. You know, some people have tried to leg kick him before, but haven't landed it. They've ended up getting hit loads. So Volkanovski was just smart. Leg kick, leg kick, leg kick, leg kick, a few body shots, a few headshots. You know, just yeah, mugged off Holloway. Fair play to him. You know, he's the champ, isn't he? A lot of people say Holloway's the GOAT. I know he beat Aldo, but to defend it loads and loads of times. I swear Aldo defended it 7 or 8 times, I'm pretty sure. You know, Holloway, how many times did he defend it? He defended it against Ortega, Edgar, and that's it. He had or did he fight someone else as well? Because I know he beat Aldo twice, but wasn't the first one the first one wasn't for McGregor's title. No, it was for the interim title. Then the next one was the undisputed title because Edgar pulled out, I think. Yeah. Anyway, as I say, you know, it's really hard to defend the title loads of times. Aldo's still the GOAT, in my opinion. GOAT featherweight. I've always said that because he defended it so many times and beat so many challengers and took on such a variety of people. I know Holloway beat Aldo twice and McGregor beat Aldo, you know, knocked him out in 13 seconds. But still, doesn't mean you're the GOAT just because you beat the GOAT. You have to, you know, cement yourself and beat loads and loads and loads and loads of people, defend the title loads and loads and loads of times. But Holloway has beaten a killer's row, but Aldo had the championship and defended it against so many people and held the title for so long, so he's the GOAT at featherweight. And one of the best ever in general. So, yeah, next fight, the main event, Usman versus Colby. No wrestling attempted. All brawling, boxing, you know, loads of fun to watch, what can I say? A really close fight. Honestly, I had no idea who I was picking to win because, you know, it was just such a close one. Usman obviously won the final round 10-8. Even if they had let the fight go on, it would have been a 10-8 for Usman. But the rest of the fight, I don't know. The one judge had it 2-2. The other two had it 3-1 for each person. So 3-1 for Usman and then 3-1 for Colby. So I don't know. I think the 2-2 sounds about right. And then Usman would have won the fifth by 10-8. So yeah, but Usman knocked him out. Usman was the better man. Fair play to Colby, fighting through the broken jaw, you know. So fair play, brilliant, great fight. Really enjoyed it. Usman was the better man. Usman's a great welterweight, and yeah. I hope Colby has a lot of time off and recovers. I'm glad they stopped that fight so Colby didn't get more damage, and glad Usman won. Usman was the better man, and that's that. You know, I wouldn't have minded if Colby won either because they just both left it all in there and gave it their all. So yeah, that's my predictions for UFC 246 and my overview of UFC 245, my reactions and all that. So yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.